Before diving into the detailed results, I want to highlight the key findings from our research. First, consumers do embrace technology that helps them make better purchasing decisions and reduces risk, but they strongly reject feeling over personalized or surveilled. Second, TikTok emerged as the dominant purchase converter at 35.4%, with influencer tutorials outperforming traditional ads 2 to 1. Third, AI tools like personalized recommendations, shade matching, and virtual try on are valued, but only as decision support tools, not shopping assistants. And finally, retention strategies like loyalty rewards, free shipping, and frictionless checkout drive repeat buying far more effectively than AI novelty. The bottom line is that AI succeeds when it delights customers with genuine value, not when it replaces human trust.
My name is Lisa, and I'll be discussing the strategic analysis of the digital beauty industry. The global beauty industry has undergone a major strategic transformation. Revenue exceeded $670 billion in 2025, with e commerce among the fastest growing channels. Digital technologies now shape how consumers discover, evaluate, and even purchase beauty products. Leading brands such as L'Oreal, Sephora, and Estee Lauder are using machine learning algorithms and predictive analytics to deliver customized experiences. For example, the virtual try on technology has been particularly impactful, with brands reporting conversion rate increases of up to 30% and significantly lower return rates. Meanwhile, social commerce platforms such as TikTok and Instagram have become critical, with the hashtag Beauty Talk generating billions of views and micro influencers outperforming celebrity endorsements in engagement and trust. It is also important to examine the key digital forces and challenges within this industry. On the left, we see the four major digital forces reshaping the beauty industry. AI personalization is helping brands build loyalty by making every interaction feel tailored. Virtual try on and artificial reality are reducing purchase hesitation and cutting return rates. Social commerce in the US has crossed the $100 billion mark, with beauty leading the way. And generative AI combined with live stream commerce is creating an entirely new model, one that includes consultation, entertainment, and checkout all happening in real time. But these forces come with real challenges, as we see listed on the right. AI personalization raises legitimate concerns around data privacy and regulatory compliance. The influencer space is also facing growing skepticism, with a need for genuine community engagement to break through. Market saturation is also another pressure point, with rapid trend cycles and algorithm shifts making visibility harder, especially for smaller brands. And finally, sustainability. Consumers are paying close attention to the ethical sourcing, the cruelty free practices, and representation. Brands that fall short risk more than just lost sales, they risk their reputation. The beauty industry space is full of opportunity, but navigating it requires strategy and not just presence.
Hi, I'm Michelle Rivera, and I'm presenting customer research. For our primary research, we designed a Qualtrics survey that captured the entire customer journey, from initial product discovery on social media through the data privacy comfort levels to the specific checkout features that drive loyalty. We distributed the survey directly via email and text to a diverse network of everyday consumers and collected 48 completed responses. What made our findings particularly interesting was the demographics. The largest age group was 46 to 55, making up to 27.1% of respondents. Over half buy makeup only every few months, and the most common monthly spend was under $30. This completely busted the myth that beauty tech is only for impulsive Gen Z digital natives. Our respondents were pragmatic, purposeful, and highly value sensitive. We looked at retail preferences. Ulta led at 33.3%, followed by Sephora at 25%, with mass merchants and online channels tied at 20.8% each. For digital influence, TikTok led at 41.7%, followed by Instagram at 39.6%, and online reviews at 37.5%. But here's the critical insight. When forced to pick the single platform that most frequently led to an actual purchase, TikTok won decisively at 35.4%, far ahead of Instagram and online reviews at 14.6% each. For content, customer reviews were the most persuasive format at 27.1%, with video tutorials close behind at 22.9%. And when we analyzed creator-driven content specifically, influencer tutorials captured at 50% preference, defeating sponsored ads at 27% and viral trends at 25%. Education and authentic proof went over traditional advertising. The AI personalization paradox. This slide reveals the central tension in our findings. 60.4% of respondents agree that personalizations, recommendations make them more likely to buy, but the average comfort score for data collection was only 2.76 out of 5. Over half, 54.2%, said they feel frequently or sometimes over targeted by beauty advertising online. When we asked about AI shade matching trust, only 16.7% said they trust it, and another 16.7% said they do not. The overwhelmingly majority, 64.6%, answered maybe. That massive middle ground represents both the challenge and the opportunity. Consumers are receptive to the convenience of beauty tech, but they are waiting on brands to prove accuracy and validate AI results with real human proof.
My name is Adriana Samra, and I'll continue our marketing analysis building on what we find out from our customer research. In our analysis, we focused on market opportunities, the competitive landscape, and strategic issues facing the beauty brands like makeup brands that seek to use AI effectively. One of the most important findings that we came across was that consumers do not want AI simply because it's new or innovative. They want AI because it helps them solve a problem. On our survey, we showed that the most useful AI features were personalized product recommendations, with 29% of the respondents agreeing to that, shade matching at 26%, and virtual try-ons at 21%. These features all serve the same purpose: reduce the risk of buying the wrong product online. Unlike many retail products, makeup purchases involve a lot of uncertainty. Customers need to consider shade, undertone, texture, finish, and product compatibility, all without physically testing the product when they're buying online. AI tools help reduce the uncertainty and make consumers more confident on their purchase decisions. This is why leading companies like L'Oreal and Perfect Corp have invested heavily in technologies like virtual try-on. Here is a clear example how Perfect Corp has incorporated virtual try-ons on their own website for people that want to match a lipstick shade. So people can take their virtual try-on. They do have notice of consent, which is interesting because one of the things we found out in the research is that people were very reluctant to use AI because of privacy problems. So this is great. From a competitive perspective, large retailers like Sephora and Ulta currently have a significant advantage. They combine loyalty products, customer data, mobile apps, reviews, omni-channel shopping experience into a single ecosystem. As a result, features like virtual try-on are quickly becoming expected by consumers instead of being just a single point of unique competitive advantage by some companies. Looking ahead, AI marketing in the beauty industry is evolving in three important ways. First, companies are moving away from standalone marketing tools, and they're leaning toward integrated systems that connect CRM platforms, loyal programs, virtual try-ons, recommendation engines, and automated customer journeys. Secondly, marketing technology platforms are becoming more connected across channels like TikTok, Instagram, websites, email, and mobile apps. Third, and probably the most important, is AI is becoming more practical and less focused on novelty. Our findings suggest that consumers care less about if a feature uses AI and more about if it provides real value. Features like shade matching, virtual try-on, and personalized recommendation succeed because they solve genuine customer problems and reduce purchase uncertainty.
Based on our research, the biggest takeaway is that consumers don't necessarily want more AI. They want AI that makes shopping easier, more helpful, and more trustworthy. That's why our recommendations focus on 4 areas. First, brands should prioritize loyalty and retention. Loyalty rewards were the strongest driver of repeat purchases in our survey, suggesting that AI may be most effective when it helps strengthen existing customer relationships rather than simply attracting new customers. Second, brands should make the online shopping experience as easy as possible. Features like free shipping, simple checkout, automatic discounts, and visible rewards had a much greater impact on purchasing decisions than the technology itself. Third, trust remains critical. Consumers like tools such as virtual try-ons, shade matching, and personalized recommendations, but they were much more likely to trust those tools when they were supported by reviews, tutorials, and real customer experiences. Finally, brands need to be thoughtful about personalization. Customers appreciated relevant recommendations, but many also reported feeling overly targeted by online advertising. Giving customers more control over their information can help brands balance personalization with trust. Traditional metrics like impressions, clicks, and follower counts don't tell the whole story when evaluating AI-driven marketing efforts. Instead, companies should focus on measures that reflect customer relationships, retention, and long-term value. Looking ahead, the future belongs to brands that balance personalization with authenticity, transparency, and convenience. As AI-powered marketing tools become more common, simply having access to AI won't be enough to create an advantage. What will matter is how effectively companies use those tools to solve customer problems, reduce uncertainty, and create value. As Porter explains, competitive advantage comes from unique strategic positioning, not from adopting the same technologies as everyone else. The brands that stand out will be the ones that use AI to create experiences that customers genuinely find helpful and worthwhile. Our research showed that consumers are open to AI in beauty marketing when it helps them make better purchasing decisions and create a more convenient shopping experience. However, consumers still want trust, transparency, and validation from real people. Reviews, tutorials, and consumer experiences often matter just as much as the technology itself. Ultimately, the brands that will succeed are not necessarily those with the most advanced AI tools, but those that use AI to create experiences that consumers genuinely find helpful, trustworthy, and worth returning to.